God in the firmament proclaims his handiwork, day-to-day pause for speech and night to night declares knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, we're dealing with a very delicate segment of the program. It is the second semi-final in the 2020 competition. Ladies and gentlemen, now, pursuant to the rules which regulate the conduct of proceedings here, only one person will have the authority to enter the next round of the competition, namely the prestigious final. Who gains qualification? Certainly in the fullness of time we will get to know. In the meantime, with the solicitation of the support of my producer and other crew members, it is round one, question one, but the contestants will do the introduction of themselves.
I'm Cousin Faisal, a teacher from Idra RCDHS, Idra in the Ashanti region.
From Tajavu in the Volta region, I am Ivan Sovonu.
A proud mentee of Salim Ahmed Salim, a resident of Sakumon, Maine, but a teacher in Scratchy East. Motorway MA Basic School is Gadiko, Yao Steven.
Amid Husseini, Community 1, Tema.
Simple. Ladies and gentlemen, now the contestants are set, and it is round one, question one. Kasim, listen. We're ending at 11:45. Musical terms are likely to be encountered in printed scores, music reviews, and program notes. Now, most of the terms are Italian, in accordance with the Italian origins of many European musical conventions, as it were. Sometimes the special musical meanings of these phrases differ from the original or current Italian meanings. Now, but there is this musical term known as da capo, D-A-capo-C-A-P-O, da capo. What does it mean in music? You understand? In music,
Loud tunes.
that is not loud tones. In music, what is da capo? Yes, Evans, what do you do?
It's a musical note that has no meaning.
Sorry?
In music, there are certain things that are said in music.
This one has a meaning. Yes, Gadiko.
And it's a musical note.
Yes, it is. So it is something known in musical terms. But what is it? Yes, Amidu.
The timeline of music.
No, it is start again from the beginning. You understand? So you start the music, pursue the music to a certain degree, you start again from the beginning, go back to the beginning. Now listen, now the temple, the People's Temple of the Disciples of Christ, commonly shortened to People's Temple, was an American new religious organization which existed between 1954 and 1978. Originally, it was founded in Indianapolis, Indiana. The People's Temple spread a message that combined elements of Christianity with communism and socialist ideology. Now, with an emphasis on racial equality. Now, who was the cult leader of the People's Temple who convinced hundreds of his or her followers to commit suicide in Guyana in 1978? You remember this event? You understand? So the history of this religious organization has been provided. But what is prominent is that this man or woman convinced his or her followers to commit suicide in Guyana. They drank poison. 1978. Who was this man? Yes, start. That's it.
No idea.
Yes, quickly. David.
I
know you know it, but you've forgotten, yes. Yes, it happens. You know, this is the nature of things. You see, it is not possible to recollect everything there all the time. Yes, Gadiko.
Pass it on.
Pass quickly.
No idea.
Yes, the man was James Jones. You remember James Jones. James Warren Jones. James Warren Jones. James Jones. Now, you remember the exploration of the moon, the first United States satellite to make a landing on 31st January 1958. What was the name of the satellite? Not the members of the crew, but the satellite itself. What was its name? Yes, sir, Kasim.
Apollo.
Apollo was not the name of the satellite. You understand? Yes, Ivan.
Callisto.
No, your turn. Gadiko.
Luna 2.
Look, Aminu.
Apollo 11.
No, Apollo 11, he said, it is not the name of the satellite itself, you see, was called, was Explorer. Explorer. Now, but this one is Russia. And you know the political temperature which is pervading, on the Russian environment as far as political events are concerned. There is this principal legislative assembly of Russia, which existed from 1906 to 1977. What was the name? The principal legislative assembly of Russia, Parliament of Russia. There was in existence from 1906 to 1977. What was the name of this parliament, as it were? Yes, you remember now. Yes, you remember.
Is it the Knesset?
No, it's not yet. Not the Knesset. That is called.
Pass it on.
Pass quickly. Middle. The Duma. The Duma. Huh? The Duma. Now, for 3 points, listen. According to Freud, F-R-E-U-D, this psychoanalyst, you understand, psychoanalyst.
Yeah.
Well, according to his theory, all psychic energy is generated by the libido. Now, Freud suggested that our mental states were influenced by two competing forces, the cathexis and the anti-cathexis. What was the nationality of Sigmund Freud? Where did he come from? Of course, he's no more.
A Swedish.
He was not a Swedish. Yes.
Sigmund Freud. He was an American.
He was an American. So, two nations have been eliminated in the scheme of righteousness here. And you, Stephen, can you call?
Italian.
No, not Italian. Abidu.
Denmark.
He was an Austrian. But was this English physicist, a mathematician, that was born on Christmas Day in 1642. You, Kasim.
Albert Einstein.
Sorry?
Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein was not born on Christmas Day. Yes, Louis Friday. No,
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton. He was born on Christmas Day in 1642. Now, thank you very much. Now, in zoology, now this is a very competent, viable question. Listen, in zoology, if something is said to be a cowdle, Acaudal. A-C-A-U-D-A-L. What would it lack?
Spelling again.
Acaudal. A-C-A-U-D-A-L. Acaudal. What would it lack? That particular thing.
It lacks the milk production tendency.
It will lack the ability to produce milk. I disagree with that contention. And so, Dadiko?
That's it, Tom.
Yes.
Lacking the ability to produce.
Produce what?
Young ones.
Oh, you are more interested in that one. You've been producing young ones. Right? So, this one is the lack or the absence of a tail. The tail. Did you say that?
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But honestly, be frank with us. You don't have an idea.
I was going to use the caudal fin.
The word
From fish, caudal fin from fish. So that's the two end. But
sometimes you must be frank with us. Honestly, I'm disillusioned. But you did not know the tale. Honestly, please allow the program to proceed. Please allow the program. You understand? Honestly, it is the height of everything in life. Please. Thank you very much for being frank. Thank you. Now, it's the lack of a tail. I'm sorry. Lack of a tail. Now listen, so we're back to you, Kasim.
Yes.
Now, frequency modulation. It is the encoding of information in a carrier wave by varying the instantaneous frequency of the wave. Now, the technology is used in telecommunications, radio broadcasting, in signal processing, and in computing. In radio, what does AM stand for?
Anti-modulation.
I disagree with you. Second chance.
Alternate modulation.
I disagree. The alternate answer is also incongruous. Yes. That is called
Analog modulation.
analog is not what it means. Middle.
Anti-megahertz.
M for megahertz. No. Yes, Kasim.
access modulation.
You don't have access here. It's amplitude. Amplitude modulation. The other one is what? FM. That one is what? Frequency. So, but this one is amplitude. It has not commonplace because they don't normally have the AMs airways this time. You understand? But I think they're still AMs anyway. The AMs. They're there. Amplitude modulation. So it's listen, Tamale is the capital of the northern region of Ghana. Yeah? Now, it is known for its traditional mosques and large central mosque itself. It lies 600 feet above sea level on a plain 22 miles east of the White Water. However, Tamale, as a word, is a dish native to a certain country. In other words, in which country of the world is tamale or tamale?
Jamaica.
You understand? Let's slang it a little. Tamale. Tamale. For avoidance of doubt. Because, look, honestly speaking, it would not be strictly called tamale. But it is the same spelling. Tamale. Where? Yes, gotta go.
Tibet.
Tibet, that's an idea. Yes, Amidu.
South Africa.
Look, Amidu. Yes, Kasim.
Canada.
Mexico. Mexico. Now, in which sporting discipline? In which sports? The final question. In which sports discipline would you have foil, a pea, and a saber? You understand? These three elements are available in the scheme of the sporting activity.
Volleyball.
Not volley. Foil, a pea. So E-P-E-E. E-P-E-E. EP. And then Sabre. S-A-B-R-E.
Lawn tennis.
Who's talking here? Gariko. Who's a lawn tennis? No. Gariko.
Boxing.
Boxing. What is the P in boxing? Yes.
Golf.
Golf. EP. Kasim.
High jump.
No, it's fencing. Fencing, ladies and gentlemen. We certainly had a grueling first round in this very special second semi-final of the 2020 championship. Ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to the regulations, only one person has authority, honestly, to enter the next round of the competition. Who will do that? We'll find out in a few minutes of time. End of our run.
At the end of the first round of the competition, Kasim Faisal, tutor, Ejura LC JHS, Ashanti region, has no points. Steven Gadiko, tutor, Motorway MA Basic School, Karachi East, also has no point. Amidu Fuseinu, Community 1, Tema, has no point. In the lead at the moment is Evans Wovenu from the Volta region with 1 point.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Evans Wovenu is really prominent by a very slight margin. But let's see what happens in the second portion of this exercise. Round 2, question 1. Yes, you still hold the floor. But Wovenu, listen. There are planets, you understand, in the geographical environment of the world. There are planets. Of which planets is Hyperion or Hyperion, Hyperion, a satellite?
Uranus.
Not Uranus, so you've eliminated one planet.
Saturn.
Saturn is correct. Saturn is correct. So that you would have made that opportunity, of Saturn available to your friend, if you had not declared it. If you had declared something else. Saturn. Now, but Jericho, Latin, and I hope you were well versed in Latin. Latin, when we say tempus fugit, what do we mean? Tempus fugit. Fugit. T-E-M-P-U-S, tempus fugit. F-U-G-I-T. Tempus fugit. What is it?
Fungi.
It's a Latinic expression. So, fungi is a Latinic expression. Yes, thank you. Kasim.
High temperature.
No. So there's high temperature pervading anyway. But that is not yes. You might go in.
I want to guess. Exercise justice with mercy.
Temper.
Yeah.
Temper justice with mercy.
Yeah. Something like that.
That is a normal common expression in the legal scenario and so on. But here, tempus fugit. Time flies. Time and tide wait for no man. Time flies. Now listen, for 3 points. Now, West Germany, officially the Federal Republic of Germany, retrospectively designated as the Bone Republic, is a common English name for the Federal Republic of Germany between its formation on 23rd May 1949 and the German reunification through the accession of East Germany on 3rd October 1990. Now, who was the first chancellor of West Germany? The West Germany too is recently caught in some political work. Angela Merkel is leaving the scene, and the other people who are trying to trot onto the political pedestal. And so it is vividly, being proclaimed in the news, Germany. But West Germany, you understand? There was this segregation, this dichotomy between East and West Germany. But the first chancellor, yes, who's there? Amidou.
Chancellor Kohl.
Kohl? Helmut Kohl? No. West Germany. No. Yes. Kasim, Obeni started.
No, he started. He's Spencer.
No, the man's name is not common. Konrad Adenauer. Konrad Adenauer. You need to learn deep. Adenauer. Aden, Konrad. Konrad. Adenauer. Adenauer. So, yes, let me go again. Calorimeter is an object used in calorimetry. Calorimetry. What does a calorimeter measure? Calorimeter. What does a calorimeter measure? Yes.
The energy absorbed by food.
No? Second chance. Yes.
It's used to measure calories.
Yes. Calories, all right. That is why he, averted his mind, to food and so on. Calories certainly are involved here. But specifically.
Specific heat of a quantity.
I'll give you 1 point. It's okay. I feel right. You understand? Yes. How do you know this one? You have.
I'm a science student.
Well, yes. I think it is heat. Basically, it is heat. Thank you. 1 point. But listen, the trumpet is a brass instrument commonly used in classical jazz ensembles. But the trumpet group ranges from the piccolo trumpet, with the highest register in the brass family, to the brass trumpet. What does a natural trumpet lack? What does it, what do you call it? A natural trumpet have? It doesn't have something. What is it?
Notes.
The notes are available there. The brass trumpets, there are notes. So there's something significant in the musical world, in the world of music, and it is known that natural trumpets don't have. Yes. Yes, sir. Radical. Yes, you have to quickly pass. Valves, they lack valves. It is a semi-final. They lack valves. Now, it is your turn again. Yes, very quickly. Now, you name the venue for the presidential retreat between Israel and Egypt that generated the peace agreement in the 1970s. Think. There was this venue for the presidents to retreat, and it was between Israel and Egypt, which led to the signing of a peace agreement in the 1970s. What was the name of this venue? The venue for the presidential retreat between Israel and Egypt. That generated the peace agreement signed in the 1970s. Yes. Something.
Is it the city you're asking for? Or
the name of the place. In fact, it has a connection with the agreement and so on. And so,
accordion.
You see, there's a twist. I don't know. Honestly, I have to be quiet on this. Yes, Gadiko. Pass.
Not yet.
Yeah, you started this one. Well, I thought you said accordion. Yes, it was the product of a confused mind anyway. How does accordion arise here? But it is an accord. We wanted to talk about the Camp David Accord. So the venue was Camp David. The Camp David Accord. Now, now listen. Now, baked beans is a dish traditionally containing white beans that are parboiled and then in the United States baked in salt at low temperature for a lengthy period. Now, in the United Kingdom, the dish is sometimes baked, but usually stewed in sauce. Canned baked beans are not baked, but are cooked through a steam process. Now, there is this name of the beans, which is being used to make baked beans. The name of the salt, you understand? The type of beans which is used to make baked beans. What is it called?
The French beans.
It's called French beans. No? You understand? So we're given, those whole statements about baked beans. You understand? The palatable,
Is it the banana beans?
The name of the beans, you see, that you understand. So it's so palatable, we've talked about it, how it is stewed and baked and so on and so forth. But the type of beans which is used is called
Soya beans.
Is it soya bean? Yes, middle.
Cowpea.
Not the cowpea. This is called the haricot. The haricot bean. Now, there's this one. By what name is the mouth organ also known? This one you should know.
The mouth organ.
Yes.
The buccal cavity.
Mouth organ. The instrument known as mouth organ.
The flute.
You said buccal cavity, so I thought I was referring to the mouth itself.
Yeah, the mouth.
No. The mouth organ. By what other name is it called? Mouth organ. Even Native Otaje, the Keki South Municipality, very prominent contestant, all of them prominent contestants, respectable contestants, yes. What is it? Yes. How is the mouth organ also known?
Is it the trumpet?
Mouth organ. Amidu, you know it, but it has escaped you. It is called the harmonica. The harmonica. Harmonica. It is also 3 points. Yes, Kasim, listen. There is this Ukrainian town which was the site of a nuclear reactor explosion which occurred in 1986. What is the name of that place? Ukrainian town. Nuclear reactor exploded, generating very malevolent results in 1986. What was the name of this place? Ukrainian town which was the site of a nuclear reactor explosion in 1986. I think it's recently even been in the news again. Yes.
Kiev.
No, your turn. Daddy Hall. Past quickly. It is the Chernobyl disaster, the Chernobyl explosion. The Chernobyl, Chernobyl. Now, this is another question. In which country is Mount Sanford in Celtic? Mount Sanford and Celtic. Remember, listen. In which country is Mount Sanford found? Where would you find Mount Sanford?
In Canada.
It's where?
Canada.
It is in Canada. Thank you very much. It is in Canada. Thank you. Thank you. It is in Canada. Now listen. Now the Atlantic slave trade developed after Europeans began exploring and establishing trading posts on the Atlantic west coast of Africa in the mid, 15th century. The first major group of European traders in West Africa was the Portuguese, followed by the British and then the French. In the 16th and 17th centuries, these European colonial powers began to pursue plantation agriculture in their expanding possessions in the world, in the New World. This New World, can you identify the New World here when we talk about the New World in that context?
The New World.
If you can give me just about two of them.
You mean countries?
What was referred to generally as the New World? Not the individual countries, but
mostly
Africa. No. Yes. Garico.
North America.
No. Yes.
After the slave trade.
Yes, the New World. Yes, sir. Catherine.
Colonized countries.
Which colonized countries? That sector of the world was the north, the central, and southern portions of America. North, central, so America basically, and South America, and the Caribbean islands. You understand? So America, or North America, South America, and the Caribbean islands. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an appropriate juncture for us to go to catch it on this round of the competition and for round two.
At the end of the second round of the competition, Amidu Hussein has no point. Stephen Gadiko also has no point. Kasim Faisal has 4 points. And Evans Wovenu also has 4 points.
Only one person has the right to enter the final prestigious round of this contest, namely the grand finale. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the very final round of this competition, the third stanza of the exercise. Let's see what unravels in this particular portion of the competition. Round 3, question 1. Amen. you're there. A borough is an administrative division in various English-speaking countries. In principle, the term borough, B-O-R-O-U-G-H, designates a self-governing walled town, although in practice, official use of the term varies, widely. In which London borough are the Houses of Parliament situated? You understand? Which London area,
Newcastle.
are the Houses of Parliament situated? Have a second chance. You understand?
East London.
The borough. How is it called? Where you have the House of Parliament. Yes! Governor. Gotta go. Middle.
Manchester.
But somebody said Manchester. No. Westminster. Westminster. You understand? Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, Frank, no. Honestly, I think that maybe God will help you to call it. Frankness is a very essential element, a useful material and everything. Oh, I'm grateful. I'm sorry. Westminster Abbey. Westminster. That's where you have the House of Parliament. And so, the Gonja are one people who have been influenced by Khan, Mande, and the other people. With the fall of the Songa Empire, the Mande and Banda moved south, crossing the Black Water and founding the city of Yabom. Now, the Gonja kingdom was originally divided into sections overseen by male siblings of Sumaila and Deura Jaba, including their children and grandchildren. Named the ancient capital of Gonja until 1944. The ancient capital of Gonja.
Yendi.
No Yendi. Yes, your turn.
Pass.
Fast, quickly. Middle. I think we have about 20 minutes more to go in this competition. 15 minutes more. Kasim?
Nagoya.
No? It's Nyanga. It's called Nyanga. Noted. Nyanga. You understand? These are vital things. Note them. Now, this is an extremely dense celestial body that has been theorized to exist in the universe. Now, the gravitational field is so strong that if the body is large enough, nothing, including electromagnetic radiation, can escape from its vicinity. The body is surrounded by a spherical boundary called horizon, through which light can enter but not escape. It goes in but cannot come out. What is this concept known in astrology?
The concept of the light entering but not going.
Yes. This concept in relation to astrology. Astronomy. Yes. Pass quickly.
Is it beacon?
No. Your turn.
Illumination.
No, it's called the black hole. The black hole. Now, again, look. Where will you find these things in the human body? The lunate. Huh? I will give you variable pronunciations for the avoidance of doubt. Lunate. L-U-N-A-T-A. Lunate. Lunate. The triquetral. Triquetral. The triquetral. 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 And the hamate. However you know it. H-A-M-A-T-E. Hamat. Or hamate. Lunate, the triquetral, and the hamet. Where would you find it? Find these things.
Inside the head.
Not in the head.
In the heart.
So, 7.
In the brain.
Look. Fuseni. Fuseni, yes.
And your blood system.
No, there are bones in the wrist. There are bones in the wrist. There are bones in the wrist. Anwar al-Sadat, listen with rapt attention, was an Egyptian military leader and president, best remembered for his work toward peace in the Middle East, in the course of which he became the first Arab leader to recognize Israel. There was a commendable effort. Sadat was born on December 25, 1918. So he has the same birth date as which other person? Somebody we dealt with. In the Nile Delta village of Mit Abu al-Qawam. Now, the son of a poor hospital clerk, he was chosen for the military academy while he joined Gamal Abdel Nasser in plotting against the British-dominated Egyptian monarchy. He was jailed twice for contact with Germans in World War II and later tried and acquitted on charges of conspiring to assassinate a pro-British politician in 1946. So that took part in the coup of 1952, in which Nasser was leader. Name this leader who was in the 1952 coup, in which Nasser was the then leader. But the name this leader. No, I think who was overthrown in the 1952 coup. You understand? History of Egypt and military takeovers and so. And there was this coup. Sadat and was Sadat. He took part in that coup. Yes, yes, it's a true coup. Who was overthrown? Yes, who?
Muhammad Nasser.
The man who was overthrown was the monarchy. King Farouk, who was at the helm of the monarchy at the time. Now, listen to this one for 3 points. Now, listen. Racial tensions were spread across the United States when black American boxer Jack Johnson fought white American boxer James Jeffries for the heavyweight title. Now racial tensions fuel the public interest in the fight as blacks and whites cast each fighter as the champion of their race. You understand? So this race, battle has been raging on in America for so many years. This is so pathetic. But the match, this boxing, originally scheduled to take place in San Francisco, was banned from California because the lobbying of the large anti-boxing contingent had emerged. Promoter Tex Richard moved the contest to Reno in Nevada, where it took place on 4th of July. This great fight between these two people, Jack Johnson and James Jeffries. Which year did it happen?
1974.
No, it was not 1974.
1926.
No, I disagree. Your turn. Yes. Even. So you spoke. Got it call.
1985.
Look, the middle. Yes.
1970.
No. Middle. What's his name? Kasim.
1991.
19 is an old event. It was an old event. 1910. It was in 1910. Now, for 3 points, now what was the title given to the rulers of Baghdad and later the sultans of the Ottoman Empire until it was abolished in 1924?
Rulers of Baghdad.
No, how was it called? The title.
I'm asking rulers of Baghdad.
Rulers of Baghdad. and later the sultans of the Ottoman Empire. The titles were applicable to the rulers of Baghdad and the sultans of the Ottoman Empire. How were they designated? How were they called? Yes, how were they called?
The Shah.
No, that's an idea. But they're not the Shahs, they were from where? In Iran. The Shahs. Yes.
That's Sultana.
That's an idea. The sultanas who were there, it's close. Yes.
Hanifes.
Sorry?
Hanifes.
Spell.
K-H-E-L-I-F-E.
But no. Okay. There was a caliphate, you see. There's a caliphate, all right. But I think the spelling is where the problem is. K-H-A.
The Arabic language, that's how
I will allow you. I think I will allow you. Sure. The caliphate. Yeah, that was a caliphate, honestly speaking. Even, I think without spelling, the idea that the pronunciation itself was good, honestly speaking, was all right. The highest waterfall in Ghana is the Wuli waterfall in the Volta region, standing at 60 meters high. But there is this waterfall at the Canaima National Park in Venezuela, which is 3,212 feet high. It is believed to be the world's highest waterfall. Which waterfall?
Sincere waterfall.
No, I disagree. The highest waterfall in the world. We're getting to the end of the competition, ladies and gentlemen. And your turn.
Venezuela.
No.
No, you said it's in Venezuela.
No. Who said?
I'm asking the location.
There's this waterfall, in the Canaima Park in Venezuela. You understand?
Is it the Angel Fall? Angel Fall.
It's the Angel Fall. Thank you. It's the Angel Fall. It's the Angel Fall. But I know calls about it. I mean, Venezuela was part of the question. There was nothing wrong about it. Very quickly. Now, a habit is settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. If you were happiness, what would you be suffering from? Who's that? Bonus point.
Yes. It means you are suffering from drunkenness.
Sorry?
Drunkenness. Or the problem associated with drinking, excessive drinking.
That's correct. Put your hands together. Yes. Happiness, excessive drinking or eating. Now, a seed is an embryonic plant enclosed in a protective outer covering. Now, the formation of the seed is part of the process of reproduction in seed plants. What is the world's largest seed? Last question.
The rafflesia seed.
Which one is the rafflesia seed? Maybe I have not seen that seed before. Yes. Coconut. Coconut! Ladies and gentlemen, I need you for saying it. At the end of the exercise, I will say that the last shall be first and the first last. The last question in this competition, the most prestigious question in this competition, excellently dealt with perfection and professionalism. But no other person than Amidu Husseini, Community 1 Chairman in the Greater Accra region of the Republic of Ghana, and other competitions.
At the end of the final round of the competition, Stephen Gadiko, tutor, Motorway MA Basic School, Karachi East, had no points. Amid Fusaini, Community 1, Tema, had 1 point. Hassan Faisal, tutor, Ejura RC Junior High School, Ashanti Region, had 5 points. And with 8 points, Evans Wovenu from the Volta region came tops.
Excellence has no comparison. Excellent competition, perfect performance. Congratulations to all the contestants for a wonderful display of knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we draw the curtain on the second semi-final in the 2020 championship. Ladies and gentlemen, in consonance with tradition, I have that unmingled pleasure of inviting all of you to put your hands together and help me to congratulate this individual, a native of the town of Tajimu in the K2 North municipality of the Volta region of Ghana. Welcome, the one and only Evans Wovenu. Ladies and gentlemen, in this particular scenario, it does not take two to tango. Only one personality gains or can be ushered into the reputable grand finale of the competition. And so, Evans will really qualified. But to the other contestants, I wish you better luck next time when you have the opportunity to participate in this competition. I trust that you're all veterans and strong men in the web video exercise. And in promoting language, in promoting knowledge, we count on all of you. We've come to the end of the whole kaboodle. Lord bless you and keep you. Lord, and say, shine upon me and be gracious unto you, the Lord. Lift up this countenance upon all of you and grant you peace. So on this note, and until the same time next week when we bring you questions from archaeologists, zoology, remember with my producer Francis Mensah, Country Abuani Collins Mensah, Samuel Logo Toto Francis Ado, Christopher Tahin Craft, Felix Abeziado, Stephen Afakwa, Victor Niali, Greg Mengo, David Nano, Benito, Sandina Mensah, Kandaga, Lagaten. This has been your Christmas Adana Celebora. Give you a those of you out there, it is what you know. Thank you.